pictures.
Okay. What's that?
Crates and stuff.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, so
1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I think we are good. Alright, let's skip over that. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alright, I believe we are live. And the Queen and I were having a disagreement about what was on this table. What, that was mine, that wasn't mine. As you can see, we have some different lighting. So if everybody can tell me if you can see or not, and you can hear, that would be good. Let me check to see if, okay, that's muted and that's muted. Okay, so you should only hear one voice. I did some work out here this morning, and we should be better lit out here. So I don't expect anybody to be watching either, because I just did this last second. Because, hey Pete, how does it look? So I hear you, and we look a lot better. Does it look lit better? Because we added new lighting. The Queen for Christmas bought us brand new lighting, and it's actually really, really cool. Don't you want to take a bow?
I'm bowing over here.
You're bowing over there? Well, the Queen went out of her way, got us brand new lighting. So it's actually really cool because it took a lot of the shadows that we used to have here. See, Pete says we're looking good, Queen. So thank you very much, Queen, for helping the channel out. Everybody appreciates it. We're going to be doing a couple things here today. I'm going to be, yeah, it's well lit. See? See, the problem is when I got it, I didn't know what it was. So I have this thing where I just don't.
Resting Grinch face.
I have a resting Grinch. She says I have very crisp. The only thing, yeah, I think I'm going to take this board down eventually. Because the Queen said to take it down too. But this isn't about looking at me. We're going to be looking at the board, at here, what we're paying. JBB roll. What's shaking, Rob? Not much. How are you? So anyways, I got it. I didn't know what it was. I'm looking. I'm going, what the heck is this? And then they explained it that it was new lighting. And I go, well, it's smaller. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to use it.
With a look of disappointment on his face. As he always has every time he opens a gift. It makes everybody who gives him a gift disappointed and breaks their heart.
How did I break your heart when I just wrote you when you were out spending
a day later? So for 24 hours, I've been like, oh, I try to step out of the box. Did you tell him how I tutorialed it on YouTube? I took hours to investigate brands and how many lights, LEDs, the warm versus the whites, and how you can, and I had to get the barn doors so you could direct the lights and all these other kind of things. And I spent all these hours trying to do this, and I got cool. Wow.
I was brainstorming it.
No.
I was trying to figure out.
Show somebody excitement, like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Although I don't know how to use it, I'll have to figure it out. This is really cool. This'll help. Wow. No, Oh.
Did I tell you how excited I was this morning?
Yeah, it's a day late and $1 short. Carry on.
If you were here to see painting, eventually you will. We're just waiting for her to dial it down a little bit. Let her get it all out. Because I guess I'm just the typical husband that doesn't do anything right. Did you like all the stuff that you got?
Yeah, I kissed boxes. I was so excited. I was like, yelling and everything in excitement because I was excited.
Oh, I have to show you guys some of the things I got. I got some really cool stuff this year. I got some cool shirts too.
Okay, carry on. Do your painting.
Okay, let me.
That's what they're here.
Okay, yeah, they're here to.
Sorry, people.
No, I think they're going to enjoy you piling on more than.
No, they're going to tell you that you need to be more appreciative and show it.
I need to be more appreciative and show it.
Yes. Show your excitement.
Without further ado, let's go down to the table and take a look at what we're going to be painting today. We're going to be taping at the same time because this camera will not be part of the feed. I'm actually going to be using this to try to kill two birds with one stone. Rob, my man, with the brush and the plan. Everybody's laughing. The queen laying down the law. That was the last thing. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to be doing a dual thing here. So, if I kind of stop in the middle and hit a button and then shut off a button, because we're building the thing for BGG that you'll see on Tuesday, where you're going to see all these monsters picked out. So, there we go. So. Watch how clear this is. Now I'm going to go top down because I'm going to be using this other one here. I also have the Aver where we can kind of do a little over here, but you can see that a lot of this is going to be very, very clear because of the new lighting. We're bringing in just a whole new. Let me take off these glasses because we don't need these glasses, and move this keyboard out of the way. So here we go. So the first thing I want to do now, the thing about these guys, and I'm going to come up top just for a minute because now we're going to get down to business, and I'm sorry for the first 15 minutes of me getting berated, but welcome to my world, brother. Here's the thing: when I saw this game, the first thing you think about is aliens. Okay, so how do you paint aliens? But see, I have a problem. When I think of aliens, I think of Tyranid. And when I think of Tyranid, I think of aliens. So how do you balance that in and come up with something in between there? Well, I can promise you this much. We're going to do that. I'm hitting that right now because we're going to get down to business here. All right, the first thing I want to do is I want to take a contrast paint because it's not because it's a contrast paint, it's because of the color that I got out of it. Okay, this is contrast stylish purple, so I also want to turn it over there so they can see that. So it's stylish purple, and it really works out very, very well for what I want to do here. Let me put down my little scope here. All right, and get a big old brush because we're just smattering this stuff on here. Okay. Now this coming year, we're going to be changing things a little bit with how we paint. Where I'm going to be showing you guys how to use a wet palette. We're going to be using that a lot more because I bought a few, and I really want to start taking you guys that have been beginners here and start taking it to the next level. I've shown you basically how to just get paint on the things. Now we're going to add a few things, and I want to show you how to work that. But you see what I'm getting here, okay? What I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, am I in the other camera? Yes, I am. Cool. Okay, all I want to do is just get this paint onto this body here. Now, here's the one thing that I noticed, okay? I spray painted these white. Let me move this over here so you don't see me just constantly dipping in here. And I get a lot of this on my hands. And I'm not worried about getting on the base here because that's actually going to help me later on when you see what we're going to do next. And the hard thing about this is that the paint retracts. It's almost like an oil and water effect in a lot of ways. And I noticed that with the contrast paints more than anything else. So depending on the primer that you have, now this is their primer, okay? This is GW's white, okay, Corax white. And I wanted to go this because I really wanted to darken these up and see and make sure I got everything in here. I could have gone the gray, but the gray is almost like a white anyways. I'm going to take off this headset for a little bit because that is not going to be working here. A dark purple gives that alien look, yes, but there's a couple things that we're going to do, and I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do that. Let me get that out of the way. And I'm going to show you how this all ends up, because I've already started this, and where's my glasses? Okay, there we go. Yes, the glasses work better than the headset today. You know, my eyes are getting really weird. Some days I can see things, and now with this light, I actually can see a lot better, because we used to have a lot of shade and stuff. Let me get that back in there. Okay, there we go. And now we don't have that, and that's kind of nice. And all I'm doing is making sure that I get every edge. But you're going to see as this dries, I'm gonna have to go over this again. And I'm using just a cheap old brush, trying to get in there, because I'm going to ruin this brush anyways. I'm going to probably get more on me to begin with than I am on the model at times. And it retracts. See, it actually peels away from the model, so you got to go a little thick on this. Don't worry, we already have some already done that I did a few days ago. I've been bouncing around painting between like 4 different projects, trying to finish a couple patron things, a couple things for some personal friends and stuff, and of course get stuff done so we can do some live playthroughs, because God knows on this channel. Now, a funny thing happened. I always check to see how many subscribers we get and everything like that, but I think YouTube had their cutback, and I lost like 40 people. I was kind of shocked by that, because we were just about to hit 12,000, but YouTube said, no, this will not happen for you this year. And I was hoping to do it by the end of the year. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You guys are here, and that's the most important thing, and that's all I care about. That's who we play to. A very small group of people. Are you out here?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You're actually quiet. I figured you'd be yelling at me still.
You deserve it today.
I deserve it today. Now, if you see, I'm just getting this on the base here, because it's going to help me with the lead belcher that we're going to go over the base with. And I've got a couple things in mind. And hopefully we can get as much as this as we can covered. You see, it's kind of messy to start off with. That's for sure. All right, let me kill that. Ugh. There we go. Now these little fellas here, we're gonna move him over here, and you're gonna see how dark this is gonna become. But do you see how the paint retracts a little bit? And I looked over this thing with a fine tooth. Now, you just saw me do this guy, and I was like, okay, I think I got everything. And even with the new lighting, I mean, with the old lighting, I was able to see. But, see, it actually pulls back from the model. And this isn't the first time I've had this thing, because, I thought I was going crazy. I said, geez, am I not seeing things anymore? Is it time to call it a career? But no, that was not to be. First of all, I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Yeah, YouTube has all kinds of shenanigans for content creators prepared for the next year. Yeah, it should be fun. But it's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me, because this is such a harmless channel. This is such a safe haven for everybody. I can't see them really messing with me too much, and let's be honest. All right? We're just a gaming community, whatever channel. We're not a political thing. We're not here to cause any problems or anything like that. We just want to be able to do whatever we want to do and just keep it quiet. Stay out of limelight. Right? Alright, so now we're going to take this bad boy here, and we're going to do these little guys. These little guys are a pain, because you end up painting your hand more than you paint them. But we're going to get such a nice effect after I paint my hands. Now, I should use that little paint holder I have, but for me, I just like holding the model. I don't know. I feel I have more control, believe it or not. And I may paint myself a couple billion times, but what do I care? Really. We're not a threat. We're just enjoying the hobby. Yeah, we're not a threat. I get a ton of spammers and stuff like this. Okay, a couple things while we're here, folks. Kabook! What's up, Saeed? How are you? Borjan. One of these days I'll pronounce it correctly. Deplorable Rex. TT for Life. My good friend, how are you? Brew Geek, like I said, we're going to go live. I'm going to try to go live every single day I'm on vacation. And in the morning, maybe in the evening as well, depending on what we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing some games. We're going to be painting some games. It's been a while since I've done this live thing. And where we painted live. Oh, let's... yeah. Let's get her into the fold here. It's another one where you're just going to be, smothering this on here and praying that you can get all the coverage that you want. And things like that. Now, there is a lot to cover here, and you want to get every part of her as much as you can, because you really want to get that deep purple in there. And we're going to be building outwards. And what I really like about this is it gives me kind of a little bit of a shade here. And that really works. I'm doing well, thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Sean. Now, if you guys can join us, okay, on New Year's Eve, and we're going to be doing it at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll set up the event. We are giving away over $400 in Miniature Market gift certificates. Okay, there's going to be a couple of really big ones. There's going to be some small ones. There's going to be all kinds of things. And if I may try to go over 500 to end the year on a bang. And thank you all for being part of this channel. So you're going to want to be here. It's our gift to you. You thought Christmas was enough? No. We just keep rolling on. And of course, it's thanks to our fantastic, unbelievable, awe-inspiring sponsors of this channel. I don't want it. I could have easily used it, but I'm going to give it to you guys. I'm going to give it to you guys because you guys are the best. All right, I really do. Tim, what's up? Nick, how are you? What color are you using? Just give me a second, Nick, and I'll show you the bottle. It's a stylish purple contrast. Okay, and oh man, look at this. This is a great model. Now this is from the base set, so we're going to be playing the base set. And if you guys want to see some great playthroughs of this game, we're going to ours are going to be live. But if you want to see some taped ones that are very, 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 very good, go see my friend over at Meet Me at the Table, because he's pretty cool. And he will show you how to do this. Now, I'm not worried about hitting everything on this base and so forth and so on. All I want to do is just get as much coverage as I can, because we're going to have to really take some time with this particular model. Look, it's peeling up metal. There's all kinds of dudes coming out of the bottom here. But I'm not worried about that because I'm actually going to be dry brushing over this with a couple of things, and you'll see exactly the effect. Now, there's two ways to do these, guys. And I'm going to show you both ways. And then you can decide the way that you want to do it. Okay. Oh, I'm going off camera a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. I wonder how that purple would look over silver metal. Well, hold on there, my brother. Hold on there. I want to show you how I'm going to do this. I'll start giving away everything that I'm going to try to do. See, that's the problem I have. Do I go with a look that, where you kind of have that metallic armor feel? Or do I go with something a little bit different to try to go away. And my problem is the way I see things. Because remember, you're going to paint things the way you want to see things in your head. Okay? And I keep on thinking Tyranid. But then again, I also start thinking Alien. Because Alien's as cool as anything, right? Right. And we're just really taking and really trying to get as much coverage as I can. I want this on here thick. I really do. And I move it around. I want it on thick because like I said, it's like oil and water. It starts doing this weird effect where it starts peeling back, and I think it has to do with the primer. It doesn't like its own primer. And I've had this with other things. I'm not worried about that. Let's get the rest of this tail. And this is the one that's the biggest problem. Yeah, look at that. It just starts, it does this oil and water thing. I don't know why. And I'm really trying to get in there. And as I see it happening, I'm going over the metal parts. Don't worry about it. We're gonna be painting those. But what I'm just trying to do is make sure that I get every single part of this model. And we are going to really make this shine in a couple of parts, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. And just work that in there. If you weren't here earlier, make sure you watch this back and see me get berated, especially if you don't like the channel and don't like me. You may want to see me get berated by the Queen. If you notice, get in the thing. Alright, I'm going to adjust this camera just to here. This up top camera. There we go. There we go. Oh, sorry about that, folks. There we go. There. Now I don't have to move my arm. And I stay in view of the other camera, which we want to do here. There we go. Just trying to get every little spot here. And it's not easy. I'm not worried about the metallic, because we're going to take a smaller brush, and that's going to take some time on this particular model. I'm worried about the Queen Mother here just getting in there. Such an unprofessional painting class when you have to move the camera in the middle, right? But hey, we are who we are. And I ain't changing for nobody. Like I said, we're just here for you guys, and that's it. And of course, our great friends at Miniature Market. Best channel on YouTube where nothing is edited out. No, I don't have time. Time is the enemy. Time is the enemy. We don't edit stuff out. We're not professional. I don't care. I just enjoy turning this on, spend time with you guys when I can. I'm going to turn on this other one here so we can kind of show this off, because I want to show all the coverage that we're going to get on this bad boy here. I'm looking, see how it peels back? Now I know I just went over that area, and it just starts doing this oil and water effect type of thing. And I wonder why that is. I don't have the science behind it. And this brush it's getting killed. But that's okay. And that's alright. See the elbow here? Again. Another thing where it just starts slowly receding. Alright, so that's the Queen Mother. We're going to put her over here. Now look over here. And we just did this guy. You see what happens here? So you have to go over it a couple times. So I want you to be aware if you decide to go with these contrast paints. It does a lot of great things. But holy cow. Yeah, look at that. Proceeded under there. And sometimes you have to go over it a couple times. There we go. Alright. What else do we got here? I got 3 more guys. All right, let's do this guy real quick. Oh no, we already did this guy, so we'll do another one of these. These you would think would go a lot quicker, right? No. There's a lot of grooves in here, and you really got to get that in there. You really got to get it and work it in there. There you go. Okay, shut that off. We're trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. We're doing our video so we can do our walkthrough live. Because I just paste this all together, and then that way it'll be on BGG on, I think I'm going to do it, yeah, next, oh, Wednesday's New Year's Day. Oh yeah, why not? New Year's Day isn't a big deal. We'll go live on New Year's Day. And I put a video up with the Cthulhu final, so you'll get to see all that stuff as well. Let's see. Hi, Big Bang. Anyone I have may missed here? Oh, she said hi to everybody. She does. She's awesome. I have seen some aftermarket playmats on Etsy have lightened up the board. Huh? It's a great game. Oh, the board itself. Well, we're gonna give this a real good go. I know how to play it. I don't want to do it until we have these guys painted, which this, I'll be honest with you, it's pretty much a day project, not even a day. I think you spend more time waiting for it to dry than you do painting it. I mean, I came out here and just kind of got some things going here earlier. I think the real pain of this, these aliens are fun to paint. Okay, let's get in there. Let's get in that gap there. See, I'm trying to see if it's me or it's the actual model. I mean, this contrast. Now, you could probably get the same effect if you just went with a base. You can probably use this and get the same kind of thing, but for me, I there's something about the see-through visibility of that really works. Oh, look at this dude. I've already got one of these done, but we're going to kill some time and wait for some of these to dry so we can come back to them. So why don't we just keep painting this? And hey, we're just hanging out, right? And then I'm going to show you guys some more things. How much time? Okay, 28. Figure an hour and a half. You can get a lot out of this, but I really want you to watch this and how this is all going to come to pass. I have some already painted. I'm just showing you guys how to get this in here and how you're going to ruin a brush. That's why you go down the do yourself a favor and go down to where is that place? Hobby Lobby. These things here, they're only a couple bucks. I wish I had your dedication to painting. Gary, you could. Have an amazing New Year's, Rob. I'm going to go spend some time with the family before my wife and kids hit the road tomorrow morning to go visit her brother. Much love. Pete, hopefully we'll talk before the end of the year. And I'm sure we will. I know you were pretty busy. That's why I didn't call you over the holiday. And Pete gave me this cool Godzilla. I got to show him at some point. Oh, you got to see the Godzilla that I got for Christmas. Holy cow. My daughter lost her mind because she got me this collector's edition Godzilla from 1954. It's the 1954 edition, not from 1954. But, oh my goodness. I'll tell you right now, it is glorious. It is. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm going to bring it out here at some point during the next week, but not today. Not today. Because we're just painting today. We got games planned. There's one thing I just got to check on a few things. I was thinking of doing it today, but I really wanted to kind of get this kind of where I wanted to get it. so I don't have to worry about things. I did film some things this morning, which are going to look glorious, especially with the new lighting. I think the new lighting is going to really help us going into the new year. I have to thank the Queen later. She's, of course, upset with me because I did not jump out of my seat when I first got it because I didn't know what the heck it was. And I was like, well, I got lighting. You know, what am I gonna do with this? Because I'm not very tech savvy at all. You know, I'm not. We don't sit in professionalism for here. Now, the next video that we'll do the following week will be all the characters. So I'll probably have those done too as well. OG Godzilla is the best Godzilla. I know. Wait till you see. You have to see this. You have to see it. I'll see if maybe the Queen can bring it out. But right now she's kind of hot at me. As you heard earlier, if some of you were here since the beginning, she was laying down some smack on the mighty. It was not pretty. It was not pretty whatsoever. She was like, she said I had a resting Grinch face. What the hell does that mean? I think that was, 1960 Grinch, 1950 Grinch, or 2015 Grinch. That's what I want to know. Cartoon Grinch? Live Grinch? Which Grinch? I mean, it was very vague. I don't know whether to be insulted or not. That's the problem I have. We've got 3 more guys. I wonder if I should just keep going with these before we go over to the next phase. See, they got a nice little metal bar here. All right, let's just. Yeah, I should have enough paint. Yeah, let's just get this done while we're here. All right, these shouldn't take too long. That way we're just done, you know. And I'm moving pretty quickly. Boom, 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 boom. I'll just put it into high gear here. And then we'll go into our next phase here. Boy, what... Yesterday was just exhausting, to be honest with you. I hope you all had a nice holiday. Enjoyed your day offs. Let's see. All right, we answered Pete, Brew Geek. So, you guys were talking about the game, and that's the most important thing, is getting this jacked up. Now, they had a pre-painted version, but I really wasn't too impressed with it. Maybe, because I just didn't see it that well. I would love to have a pre-painted version where I just didn't have to paint it, but in a way, I kind of like putting my own spin on things. Sometimes I look at things and I go, well, that would have been cool if I did this. Because I just see things differently. Even you guys may not see what my vision is here. You know what I mean? It really comes down to what you want to see inside your head. For those of you that just popped in, don't forget, hold on, I gotta just wipe my hand off here a second, and I just want to move this over so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Hey. Okay, okay, there we go. One of the things that I wanna, for those of you that just may have popped in and are just here for a few minutes, New Year's Eve, look for the event. We're giving away a ton. You'll have the gift certificate the minute you win. How's that? Okay? Because we're changing things up. So I just emailed Melissa, who, my God, that woman does so... I'm always calling saying, okay, can I get this? And can you help me with this and that and the other? They're so good at miniature market, I'm telling you right now. They have been good from this channel. Remember, they have been here since we only had 3,000 followers. What does that tell you? Huh? We had 3,000 followers, and they took a chance on a little channel And, you know, I mean, we were minuscule. But, you know, it's become a friendship more than anything else. Stephen and I spend a lot of time together talking. Not just about business, but you know, just whether it's fantasy football, which you're looking at a champion here, folks. Okay, because I won my league. It was a money league, too. So we're going to invest that into the channel. I'm taking some of that money and I'm going to, A, it's going to go to charity. B, I'm going to buy probably an extra gift certificate, so we give away one really big gift certificate. Because I don't want the money. What am I going to do with the money? Well, I could spend it on the Queen, but she did all right this Christmas. She got a Cricut maker. I bought her, which was expensive as all get out. She got one of the princess's rings from Disney that she really wanted. That was $2,000. Let me tell you something, that hurt. I think it's Kaiser's Ales. I don't know. But we went there and we got her. She is a big fan of Aurora. So she wanted that ring, so I got her that. And then I got her some other Cricut things that I have no idea. Jalal Watson, welcome. Go Bears. Oh, look at this. I've been seeing a lot of these minis and board games popping up on social media. Looks pretty cool. Well, thank you, John. Greetings from Chicago. Jalal, how are you? Welcome. Christmas is fun, but it's also sort of a relief when it's over. Yeah, I'm in that. Oh, here's a big winner. Steph won. He wasn't able to be in the thing and emailed in. And guess what? Congratulations to you, my friend. I got your address and everything that you emailed to me. Expect it. I'm not going to be mailing anything out till after this, till the 6th. I'm going to take this week and really kind of just focus in on some things. Plus, I got to get a whole bunch of boxes and arrange everything. So you'll get an email back from me. But I'm really just trying to just do some things that I really wanted to get done. And we only got 2 more guys here, and then we'll go on to the next phase. I just figured since I'm yapping, I might as well just get these done. And I'd rather just have this one color on there and done. So when we go to our next phase, I don't have to go back and do this again. So forgive me, even though it's live and we're painting all these, just kind of just take it that we're kind of hanging out too. All right. The champ is in the building. Kabuki, a big winner thanks to the Tiger. The Tiger made an appearance in all his glory and rolled the dice. And Miss Kabuki, who I think the Tiger has a bit of a crush on Kabuki, which is kind of weird because he's a tiger. You know what I mean? And, you know, this is a weird channel anyways, and expect the unexpected. So what does he do? He's saying, hey, Kabuki, how you doing? And everything like that. And then what does he do? He rolls her number exactly. I think there were some shenanigans there. And I think some of the other people that were in the chat thought there were some shenanigans. But I'll be honest with you. I don't know how he did that. But, hey, I don't write this stuff. I mean, you can't write that. You couldn't write that any more perfectly than the way it happened. Then he got off screen real quick. He got off screen real quick before anybody can give him any hard time or he answer any questions. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions on New Year's Eve, though, when I'm sure the Tiger will make an appearance and roll and make sure Kabuki gets one of those gift things. Chris! Heck yeah, always epic. You know, we were, you know, if you've seen some of the videos that we've been putting out of our countdown, I mean, how can we not forget how epic is? And we've thanked a lot of people over this last year, and Chris, and I know Chris wasn't able to make the Christmas Eve thing, but I sent him a letter letting him know that, you know, he was able to he donated $100, which we were able to buy a bunch of gifts for a family that wasn't going to have any gifts this year. The kids were not going to be able to get anything, and I can't thank him enough for helping. It was epic, that's for sure. And it's people like him that really make this channel go, And I got nothing but love for Chris. Another one who, when we were just a little itty bitty channel, and we're still small, but I mean, we only had like 1,000 people or something like that. He believed in the message that we had and was behind us all the way. I mean, I can never thank people that take a chance on something like us and try to help us. And thank you, my brother. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. I must bow to the tiger and thank him. There you go. Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. Sorry if I'm not picking my head up a lot. It's been a while since I've done a video live like this. Last guy. And then we'll move on to the next phase of this. So just bear with me, folks. And thanks for hanging out. Gotta pick my head up. Christmas is especially for kids. I agree. It's more for kids. Nothing makes me happier than number one, my family just being, me spoiling the queen and everything like that, even though she's hot at me right now. I've got some heat with the queen. As you heard earlier, Kabuki. When this thing posts up, make sure you watch the first 7 minutes of this as I get mauled. I mean, I was thrown to the lions there, live. Because I was giving her a little bit of love for all the new lighting. I mean, look at this new lighting. I mean, this new lighting is nice. I mean, we can finally do some games where you can see things really, really clear. Because I always felt that it was kind of shaded and cloudy in here. But she went out and bought all new lighting for me. And I mean, look, you can. I've got to figure out how to work it. Don't get me wrong. Thank you, good sir. The same to you. You're one of the best, Chris. I can't thank you enough. And man, let me tell you something. I am so stoked for Secrets of the Lost Station. It is one of my most anticipated games of 2020. And I will tell you this much, folks. Make sure you check out my list of the most anticipated games of 2020. That should be coming out. I don't know. I just post them. I don't know when they go live. I got videos all the way out to like the 4th or 5th, and I made a few more today. So I can just concentrate on doing live content for you guys. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Matt, good morning. Bill, how are you? Just joining. Well, it's good to have you here, Bill. Mr. Bill Kennedy in the building, and our friend Matt. But we really got... What is this? Oh, that's interesting. There's like a little thing on it. Okay, whatever. Alright. Last creature here. Once I get this all... See, remember when I told you? I said this starts to recede. Okay? I want you to take a look at this. You saw me paint this and cover every inch of this. Okay? Now, do you see how the contrast paint pulls back? It pulls back. I mean, what the heck? I know I got it in there. Alright. Does it pull back on any of the other guys? I'm not too worried about these other guys because of what I've got planned next. But like this big bad boy, you see, I actually have this guy all dry over there. There's 2 of them that come in the box, but I'm going to show you how we're going to dry brush this, and we're really going to make this shine. That's because you're epic. Thank you, brother. I went all in on Secrets of the Lost Station. I'll tell you right now. Matt, I have to agree with you. I am so excited for this game because I'm such a fan of everything Epic has done. Okay? Big Trouble in Little China is a phenomenal game. phenomenal. And if you don't have it, you need to get your hand on it. My only regret is I didn't get that gold version with all the other stuff. I was going to go back and get one at Gen Con, but I did not because I was just so busy trying to make content and do about 50 other things. I did not make it back to his booth, unfortunately. But just absolutely glorious. And then, you know something, Secret of the Lost Tomb still holds up today. Still holds up today. Matter of fact, it's one of the few games that my daughter will play. Talisman, the Secrets of the Lost Tomb. Just glorious, epic. Really support that. You know, good people deserve to be supported, and there's no doubt about it. Alexandria, I'll have to look at this video again because I'm listening, have to work, spend too much time on games. Me too. Alright, let me just get inside this dude's mouth. Even though I'm going to do something a little different. I want to go outside the box with these a little bit. So, alright, so there we go. Alright, so last guy here. Let me just clean off this brush. Let me get a little water on my hands here. Off kilter here, folks. Off kilter. Alright. This is just a great beat up brush just to do stuff like that. All I'm looking to do is get coverage, and that's all I want to do. That's all I need to do. Alright. It's a great thing about acrylic paint. It just comes off most of the time. Alright, let's clear this off. Alright, let's come up top for a second here. Look at this lighting, huh? You can actually see me. Maybe that's bad. Maybe that's bad. I don't know. Maybe that's bad. Alright, so now that we got that part done, I have some of these guys that are already dry, so we're going to move these guys out of the way. And I want to show you what the next step is. You know, I argue with myself, and I'm gonna do a couple things with these smaller guys. Let me just move everybody out of the way that was painted. Next week, you'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna do these guys because I gotta try to figure out what I want to do with the main characters. Let's go down and take a look at the main characters while we're at it. Move that guy over there. Just trying to get things set here. It's been a while since I've done this, and I got to show you again because there's something with these contrast paints. All right, I'm gonna pull this guy in here. Look, I mean, look, you saw me cover that. Let me just get a little smaller brush. I'll use this one right here. I mean, you saw me cover that, and it just starts to recede. I mean, what the heck? I mean, come on, give a bro a break. Bad enough we gotta paint all this. And it just starts to kind of, in certain areas, recede. And I wonder if it's something to do with the primer. But this isn't the first color. And I was starting to go crazy because I thought it was me more than anything else. I'm looking around at these other guys here, and I think we're all right. Okay. Let's go up top here. There we go. All right. So, there we go. All right. There's a couple different ways that you can do this, and I'm going to show you both, and you decide which one looks better. Now, when I come up top, this one here is the first one I experimented with, and I want to come back because there's a couple things that we still have to do to this guy. So let me just go up top again. Okay, so here we go. You see what we got here? See how that really kind of, it's Tyranid-ish, but it's not Tyranid. Okay? So I really went with a kind of different kind of feel to it. I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat. I've been on without a hat quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to come up top again. Because I'm going to answer that. Listen, I'm bald. I mean, I'm losing my lettuce. Okay? The lettuce went away a long time ago. Okay? But I'm not afraid to, show it off. I'm an old man. Jeez, I'm close to 60. So, hair goes, the chiseled features go. But boy, not the 22-inch pythons, bro. We keep those around. But but the funny thing about it is I wear hats because I just really like wearing hats. I really do. I wore hats since I was a kid. Zerg Tyranid alien, but still awesome. Oh, thanks, John. I don't think I've ever seen you with... Oh, no, I answered that one. Okay, I'm just making sure I cover everything in. All right, let's go back down. Again, we're just hanging out. So, I want to show you a couple different things that we can do with this, okay? Let me get all the painted guys out of here. I want to show you all the figures, though. This guy here, I'm trying to figure out what to do. I really want to add a light blue in for the helmet. I think that would be kind of cool. I think I'm going to ad-lib on these, and I'm not going to take a look at any of the art, and I'm going to go with what I feel like I want to do. I think that's the best thing to do. I think I'm going to do something a little bit different with these guys. And we'll have a video just about the heroes themselves. But I'm really looking forward to the live play that we're going to do. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is let's pull out a couple of these little guys here. All right. The first thing I want to do is I want to take some lead belcher. Okay. And I want to get that in there. Now, if you notice, I went over there. I'm not saying that's a bad... Oh, I didn't say you said anything was bad there. It's just some people in the past have said, oh, you're bald, you're old, you're this. Whatever. You know how the internet can be. Whatever. And like I said, I don't try to hide it. I just... I deal with it. Some people do it to hide it. So we're going to take some lead belcher, but I'm going to take it straight out of the canister here. And I'm going to kind of work this in some of the areas here. Okay? And you'll see. And, you want to take a thin brush here. Now, the thing that I was thinking of doing, and now you see how that purple kind of works now? See how that purple kind of works? It actually darkens it up a little bit. Even though we're going to take some new oil, even though I can never say that word correctly, it's probably one of those things that I use more than anything else. And I'm going to kind of go over this as well. I'm going to go over the entire model with a little new oil. And I'm just doing this one here. But I also thought about doing this. Okay, so we're going to do two here. Alright, let's get that one. And we'll do this little fella here. Because I've been undecided on what I wanted to do. And I want this to go in there thick. Because the new oil is actually going to go into all the recesses and darken it up. And then we're going to brighten it back up. So we're going to make it really look like a metallic basin here. Alright, so just going to come in here a little bit. And here a little bit. Why don't I turn on the other camera for a second so we can get that kind of. And just kind of want to go around the entire basin here. Shoop, 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 shoop. Gotta make the noises, folks. It helps. And just kind of work that in there. Boy, I got some editing to do this afternoon. I think after we take the puppers for a little bit of a ride. So, all you want to do is do that. I'm going to show off the paint over here. It's a lead belcher. And we're going to do the same thing with one of the bigger guys here. So we're going to do the same thing and take that lead belcher. I'm going to put this guys aside, let them dry for a second. And just bear with me for a second. There we go. I'm going to come up here to this metal thing here, and I'm just going to get coverage. That's all I want to do. I was thinking, you would think that those were like cinder blocks, but they're not. You got to remember they're on a spaceship. There's no cinder blocks on a spaceship. Not that I know of, or not that I've ever been on. And all we want to do is just kind of go over this very lightly, okay? And just, especially the bigger pieces, you want to get some good coverage on here. Take your crappy brush and go over here, because we're going to go over it with a new oil. All right. Let me just get over here again. And just, all I want to do is I want to get all that metallic. Remember, these are, they are tearing up this ship like there's no tomorrow. Okay. And that's all we're trying to do, is just get all this area here. Exactly what we're trying to do. And just working that here. Eventually it's going to look exactly like this. And that's all we're trying to get right now. That's all I want to do, is get this to look exactly like this. Alright. And you're going to see what we're going to do next. Alright, shut off that camera. Trying to do two things at once. And you'll see, actually you're seeing how I do everything here. Alright, so we're getting in here. See, do you see what happened here? You see how this all receded? Oh, for the love of Mike. Oh, for crying out loud. It's alright. We'll make do. We'll make do. Because all the dry brushing that we're going to do is going to go over this. Alright, so by painting, by taking that and going over it, it kind of gives you a darker feel here, which isn't bad. That's fine. But ultimately, all we're trying to do is just get a little bit of coverage on here. On some of these other guys here. Do I have Gaia painted over there? Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going to let these dry for a bit. We're going to clean off this brush. And then I'm going to show you what we can do. Guys, it's live, so forgive me. One of the things that I was thinking of doing was taking, again, this lead belcher and just taking and getting as little as I can on a nice flat edge brush here. Okay. And I'm going to turn on the camera for a second here. Let's do that. Show that. Alright. And then that we get some of this on here. And we're going to take a bunch of this off. I really don't. I want it in the brush, but I don't want it in the brush. Does that make sense? Alright, there we go. So I'm going to take a whole bunch of this off. And then what we're going to do is we are going to take one of our guys here. Okay. And all I want to do is just very lightly just kind of go over that a little bit. I want these things to have just a little bit of metallic in them. Now this is one way of doing this. I have another way of doing this as well. And I'm just and I'm experimenting more than anything else. Because I want them to have a little bit of a metallic feel. But you're going to see where I'm going to go with this, okay? Now this one I'm going to do something totally different with, okay? So I'm going to do something totally different with. This one I'm going to take some Gene Stealer purple, okay? And I'm going to pull the same type of trick here. I'm going to get a little on here, okay? And then I'm going to take it all off, okay? And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to take as much of this off as I humanly possibly can. Then all I want to do is just kind of I just want to tickle it a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Nothing too extensive. And I could pull a little bit from here and just kind of go over it just in the lightest sense of the word here. Okay? Just want these brood to look not too much, not too little. There we go. So you can see the variances in what we have here. Okay, we have these guys with a little bit of the Gene Steel purple, and then I have a little bit of, you know, I went a little heavier in certain areas, but that's okay because we're going to go over that also. Boom, shut that off. Okay. I like that step makes them look otherworldly. Yes, that's the whole point that we want to do here. Now, what I should do with these guys is they should be dry enough. Now, the next thing that I want to do, as you can see, I've lightened these up, but I also kind of want to... I've been arguing with this blue horror, and then I'm also thinking of... Hold on, let me find it, because I didn't pull it out. So, and like everything, this is unprofessional, folks. Unprofessional. We have to keep up with our unprofessional way of doing things, or else this just wouldn't be Rob's Tabletop World. No. Where's... Okay. Where is it? New oil. We need that. But there is... I have a color that I am looking for specifically. And this is a very different type of take on it. If I can find it. Because I had it. Bum, 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 bum. Just bear with me, folks. No, I can't find anything. Almond Gray. Runefang Steel. We may need that. If I could just find what I was looking for. I'm actually looking for a the Space Wolf Gray. It's actually... Well, why don't I just come up top so you guys can see me struggle? It's easier if I look like I'm struggling when I'm struggling. Right? Dawnstone, Nurgle, that. No, the problem is I've got so much junk in here. Right. I'm not sure. Well, you know what? I don't think... You know, when you start thinking too far out the box, that's where you kind of run into the Fang. Ooh, that might be interesting. The Fang. Yeah, maybe. All right, let's go back down. The Camel Fur expansion is another 200. The game with stretch goals is hovering around 400. I do have some of this stretch goals, believe it or not. Zerg, I like the step. Looks great, Rob. The minis are cool too. This game stretch. I have a couple. I have some of the expansions for it. The thing here is, okay, is now that we have that silver on here, is how do we make that kind of stick out a little bit, because we don't want it to take over the whole doggone thing. Oh, jeez. Is this hard? With the silver, I think the Fang kind of works. And that's where we're going to kind of take that off a little bit. I'm going to do it only on this one here. So let's see what we get here. And I don't want to take all that metallic off, but I do want to kind of give it an outworldly look. Okay. And just go over the top a little bit. Doesn't lose that silver look or that glistening look underneath. And you'll see, we'll tighten this all up. But that kind of works for that. I'm going to kind of like that. So let me clear off this brush. And then on this guy, the way I did this, and I think what works here, is taking this blue horror. Let's put that on. I'm going to take some of this blue horror. I'm going to shake it up real good. And then I'm going to get a good amount of this on this brush. There we go. And again, this is one of those things where we just kind of, we want to work it into the brush. Well, I want to take a real lot of this off, and I want to leave a bit of a spot here that I can utilize. And I very, very easily want to go over this. Okay? And when I mean very easily, all I want to do is just kind of hit the high spots on this. I just want to hit the high spots. And you want to just glisten over this. That's all I'm trying to do on these little guys here. But of course, we're going to go over it with some new oil very soon. Once this dries a little bit. Now, you see, I actually like this the best because by coming over this and giving him that weird, as I start to really kind of work this in some of the spots, it really gets this really weird look. I like that. I like that. So I'm going to put those two aside for now because we're going to come back to that. So, what happened here? Huh. Alright. Well, we got the same guy over here. So again, probably the best way to do this, okay, because now that I got what I really want to make these guys look like, I have a good idea. So we're going to go through and we're going to do this guy as well. Alright. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of this new oil. Alright. And we're going to get some of these guys jacked up here. For this guy here, to make this kind of quick, do I want to use a medium brush? Well, let me go down and grab one. Alright. There we go. Good old beat up medium brush. And what you want to do here is, again, we're going to shake this up really, really well. And we're going to use some of this new oil. Yes, I'm pointing over to the side because we are taping as well. And then all I want to do is just really work this in here. Okay. I want to work that in there. I want to take, and I want to darken up. Don't worry about getting it on his foot. Don't worry about getting it. I want this metallic very dark because we are going to make this look like real steel. And you can see, don't worry about getting it on his hands. Don't worry about getting it anywhere. Just get that metallic nice and dark. Okay? And that's all we're trying to do here. That's all we're trying to do. I'm actually going to switch hands. So, should have moved the camera to the other side since I'm left-handed. But that's okay. I can do both things. Alright. Now you see how that just darkens everything up in there? That's exactly what I'm looking for. I want that nice and dark, and that'll dry before the end of this thing, and we will be able to do that. So let's come over here and get this bad boy. You don't have to hit him. All you want to do is just get that in there. It's actually going to help. Boom, 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 boom. And we want that base nice and dark, and that we're gonna shine that up before the end of this episode. That's for doggone sure. And then the two guys that we kind of did here. All right, it's nice and dry. Look, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look how that just goes in there. And don't worry about hitting these guys a little bit. It doesn't hurt them. But once you darken up that base, these guys start to come out a little bit. There we go. See how they start to pop a little bit? And that's exactly what we want. We want them to stand out and pop. Don't forget this guy here. This is really going to help this guy more than the other guy there. Alright, there we go. See how now all of a sudden he starts to sit up a little bit? There we go. That's what we're talking about. I'm not hitting the higher ones or anything like that. I mean the one that's on top here. I'm just getting that to sit there a little bit like that. And then of course we've got this guy here, which will be kind of cool just to get him going here. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to go about doing some of these other guys here. I want to get that in there. There we go. So any mistakes that you make get covered up with this new oil pretty quickly. Pretty quickly for sure. Alright, boom, 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 boom. And that's what we're doing here. That's how we roll, folks. At Rob's Tabletop Woiled. Now we're going to do something inside that guy's mouth. So just bear with me. I'm going to put this, I just want this guy to get a little bit dry. And then we'll come back to that. Alright. Let me shut off the tape. Bink. Alright. There we go. I probably should do this guy. We'll do him off. That guy's drying. Did I do this one? No, we'll do them both. How's that? Just want to get that in there. Because this guy, another guy that just kind of peeled away. Yeah, I moved him out of the way because he had... but because of the dry brush, I can probably get by this. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Like I can take and just move this in here. And with this, with some of these spots that came through, I can just do that. Don't matter to me. I'm not looking for perfection here, but you can just take and go over with this new oil a little bit and let that dry. And that'll fix that. So if this contrast paint wants to fight with you a little bit, that's all right. We've got ways of dealing with things. We have ways of overcoming things. Right? Right. So, what does everybody have planned for New Year's? Does anybody have any plans? I know for a fact that I'm going to be watching probably The Twilight Zone. I'll invent my own if I have to, because from what I saw on the Sci-Fi Network is that they are only doing... Now, this is what I saw. They are only doing New Year's Eve. They're not doing New Year's Day like they used to. They used to do it for like 48 hours. Now all of a sudden they're changing the gears on it. Now if they pull that, I'm going to be upset because I'll be honest with you. Christmas night, there were not a lot of Christmas movies on. Like I like watching A Christmas Carol, the one with Alistair Sims. I think that one is my favorite of all time. Well, let's see. See, you can get away with doing this. Alright. If it peels back a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to put this guy off to the side. Okay. We'll worry about that later. We're going to let that dry for a few seconds. And we're going to come over to... Let's see who's dry and who's not dry. And we'll keep on moving. Stephen Lamb, how are you? Good morning, everyone, he says. Hopefully playing some of more silly games with the fam, maybe Meeple Circus. That's a pretty good game. I mean, we're mowing these guys down, and we've been live for an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, it's really not hard, folks. Saber, what's up, my brother? I hope you're doing all right. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Alexandria? The best Christmas movie is Die Hard. Oh, God. I don't know why people get into that debate. Yes, peace and love on earth during Die Hard. Die Hard is a movie set around Christmas. It is not a Christmas movie. But honestly, the debate doesn't even matter to me because I think people just like to debate it because it's something silly. It's a pop culture thing. Me, whatever. All right. Boom. Who's almost ready here? We're going to give it a few more seconds here. We're just going to talk a little bit. So, again, the things that we were really looking to do here. Yeah, I'm still intimidated to paint my stuff. Need to give it a shot, though. It's really pretty easy. It really is. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And that's the truth. I am good, and I hope all is the same with you and yours. Yes, except I got yelled at earlier. Okay, by the Queen. Because, as you can see, we got some new light in here. This place is all lit up like Christmas. I wonder if I can show you guys. Oh, hey. Wait a minute. Hold on. There's that one. Ah, there we go. So, if you don't mind the glare, I'm going to show you some whoa. Hold on here. So, that is one of the new lights. Okay. And then we have, Old Faithful here. And then we have one over here. But the Queen gave us another light right there. And it has these little things that you can do. I mean, this is like downright professional stuff. Whoops. Let me go above the light. There we go. Yeah. So we can direct the light. We can move the light around. Yeah, she went buck wild, getting us new lighting for the channel. So I got to figure out how to set it perfectly, but I'll tell you this much: she did a fantastic job. Let's see. Saw a new movie, Claws, made me laugh. We watched Muppet Christmas, then Gremlins, both Christmas movies with puppets. There you go. Let's ask the Queen. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No. It's only a movie set at Christmas time.
Did you hear that? That's probably the only time her and I will agree, in the last 30 years. Yeah, she just said, no, it's a movie set in the Christmas. So does that define it as a Christmas movie? No, there's no goodwill. There's no cheer. There's just people getting all blowed up. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind those movies. Now, the best Christmas movie of all time. Boy, that's a tough one. I watched Ben-Hur yesterday, and I watched It's a Wonderful Life, which that's not really a Christmas movie either. It's an action picture. Look at Kabuki coming in and setting things straight. When Kabuki says what it is, that's all it is. All right, let's get back to painting. Okay, let's get back to painting. Because that's what you're here for. It's kind of a live whatever. All right, so now let's put this all together. And let's start with this guy here. Huh? Because he's kind of dry. Nah, that base is still pretty wet. That base is pretty wet. This guy's good. Those guys are dry. we're good. I'm gonna give it a go, even though the base is kind of wet here. I watched I saw some of Christmas Story. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is nearly a documentary. So much truth in that movie. Very true. I know I was just kidding. I don't... Oh, nobody's beating up on you. Nobody's beating up on you, Alexandra. Please, don't take it that way. It's kind of funny because, I see a lot of people arguing over that. I mean, seriously arguing. We're not arguing. We're just having some fun. The arbiter of justice has spoken. That's right. That's right. When she says it, it's good. All right, so here's the way I really like this. Okay, and that's to go with the Gene Steele purple. For me, it just really, really works. I'm going to use a bigger brush here. And I'm going to take a good amount of this and get this on this brush. And then we are going to close this up. We're going to come in here, and then we are going to hit the other camera because we're filming at the same time that we're doing this. And we're going to show our Gene Steeler purple. We're going to get it on our bigger brush, and then we're going to work it into our paper towel. And like I said, probably next week you're going to see some... I'm going to show you guys a wet palette, a real nice one, and then I will show you how to do that. Now, as you can see, I've taken as much as I can off of this, and then all I want to do here, I just kind of want to start working this a little bit, very lightly. It's like tickling a baby. It's like tickling my granddaughter or my grandson. And I really want to kind of just make this kind of sit in there in certain spots. I really want it to just sit in the high spots. And you can see where we're getting that, where it's just sitting up there. All right. I want to pull it a little harder in certain spots. But right in this chest plate, do you see how that starts to come out? Do you see how that starts to come alive? By just picking that one spot and working a little bit harder each time is going to do wonders. And I can come over here and I can pull a little bit off that paper if I want to. And you see, there's no wasted motion here. There's no wasted motion. Even though this is wet still, I can still work on this guy here because of where he's at. And I'm working on the thinner, on the flatter spots a little harder and a little lighter on the edges here, because I want the uncertainty of what he is, what color he is. Okay, I want you thinking, oh geez, what, is he purple? Is he a Gene Stealer type of dude? Is he an alien type of dude? I can't figure it out. Now you see how that all starts to come to pass here? You see what I'm trying to do here? At an hour and something in, because we've just been yakking away. I mean, I could have probably done this a lot sooner. But, this isn't going to be our instructional video. Our instructional video is going to be the one that you're going to see on BGG. Why? Because Aldi deserves the best. And you know how much we love Aldi here. Let me shut that off here. Boom. All right, and let's keep working here. See the difference? I am half uncertain and half completely disgusting. Ian, how are you? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All the best to you today on the 26th of December, where we're just spending some time together. About an hour and a half, 2 hours. I believe that we should always have live videos every week. And in the new year, you're going to see a lot more because, well, we killed the patron. And this new lighting really just makes a big difference. It really does. I can see it already. And boy, am I going to have to grovel on the ground for a while. Because I really didn't mean to make her feel bad. But, all she cared about was you guys, the channel. She knows how much I love doing this. And how much... and she wanted to do something special outside the box, and I made her feel awful because I could not visualize the new lighting. I'm an awful human being. I feel awful. I think I'm going to have to go to Zales and make it up to her somehow. Boy, this is going to cost. This is going to cost me some shekels. But like I said, I got to learn where to put the lighting, because right now you can see my hand blocking things out a little bit. But I think I'm starting to get the hang of it a bit. And this one light over to the left here, I got the camera blocking it. But when you saw the straight on shot with me live, I really think that we are going to be able to do a lot of really wonderful things here. New York Raider fan, what's up? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and your family. Well, thank you, my brother. Noel on Disney was very cool. The Queen liked it. Spoiler alert, the Queen is a keeper, Rob. Oh, God, yeah. She is always, for all these years, she puts everybody ahead of herself. And she's the most unselfish person I ever met in my life. She has just been everything that you can ask for. I wasn't super keen on that one overall. However, that actress... Oh, I thought you meant the painting. Jeez. That's what I love about this channel. You're going to do a painting video, and it turns into about 25 different conversations. When are you going to do a live playthrough of this game? Well, I hope to have it painted by Friday, which is tomorrow. And then, I think it's sometime next week, maybe. I've got some things that we have to get out as far as live painting. Now, this bone structure, I was thinking maybe going a little bit different. But I just really like what I was able to do with this. So let's just put this like that for now. I hope to get this done before the 6th. Before the 6th, ultimately before the 10th, doing a live playthrough. But I want it painted. I really do. I want it painted. I really do. But there's a bunch of live plays that I plan on trying to get done. So we'll see how it all works out in the wash. That's for sure. And you can see this is exactly what we're doing. I am so curious about this game. Looks like one I would love. Make sure you check out the live play, Kabook, and meet me at the table. Barrett did a pretty decent job of it. But I want to do it solo, and I want to see how it turns out solo. All right, so now we got to do our... Now I can, I don't have to really wash this out because of how I'm going to do this. So this blue horror really, really does a nice job. Now, what I could do is I could put a little bit of shade in there and darken that and really give it a nice purple hue with this, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's see how it looks once I add the blue horror, and then we'll make a determination on where we are with this dude. So again, let me shake this up a bit. Let me just do my little intro here on this camera here, and just showing that off. All right, and then we're gonna get a good amount on here onto this big brush again, because these are big. This is a pretty big figure here, and again, all I want to do is just take as much as that off as I humanly can, and get it in camera view, which would be a slight miracle on my part. Okay, there we go. All right, there. I can edit some of that out. Editing, that's something new around here. So I got a good amount here. Now this is really, really where you wanna be strong here. You wanna sit up strong here. You wanna be careful, because too much I think takes away. My understanding is that, okay, so all I want to do is very, very, you don't want to have too much. You really want such a little bit on here until you can feel and see what exactly you're looking for. I still think that's too much, so I'm going to take some more off here. And just kind of work your way over the top here. that's all we're trying to do. Work our way over the top. We're just trying to hit high spots. That's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to, I don't want it to dominate. I just want it to hit the high spots. Dink, 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 dink. And as you see how that pops out on that bone there? That's all I'm trying to do. Hit those high spots. Hit the high spots. Just nice and easy, and work it in there over the top. And really make sure that you have it off there. There we go. And just like right in here, see how that kind of just sits up there into that leg muscle and into here. Give them kind of a Gene Stealer feel, but not so much. Not so much. And work sideways here. There we go. And into the flat spots here. And you can see how that kind of just sits up there a bit. Really just sitting up there. And that's all I'm looking to do. Let me shut that off. Think. There we go. And then just finish this dude up. Alright. Just nice and easy. Nice and easy, folks. Right into these hind bones that he has here. The carapace here. Just nice and easy. Work his arms a little bit. Work into that structure there. Not taking that purple out, but leaving an indelible, disgusting, like you don't know what is this dude from. Where is he from? Who is he? What is he? Alright? I know one thing. I don't want to run into this guy. Alright? So I'm running around the ship. That's the last thing I want to do is run into this guy. Come over the top here a little bit. And just work a little bit stronger. Work a little bit stronger into here. Alright? And just work that in there. Just like we did the smaller guy. Alright? So we have this really kind of off-beat, off-kilter kind of feel to him. And that's all I'm trying to do here. Underneath here, you want to make sure you get everything. Okay? Because this is the fun part. This is when you start to see how your guy starts to come together. James Hanna, how are you? Alright. And you start to see what you're trying to create here. Boom, 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 boom. Like into this leg here. You don't want to miss too many spots here because it can off-kilter the guy a bit. Alright? Alright. We're going to concentrate on this guy right here. Where this really shines, I think, is this type of technique is especially in here. Okay, and I'm just kind of using this guy as an example. With a little more paint on here, not much, you really start to see the bone structure, and that's exactly what we want. But I mean, you can see exactly, and just turn him. Constantly turn him and see if you miss anything there, like right in here. Okay, and it doesn't take much to get that feel in there that you want to get. Okay, and that's all I'm trying to do here. This is such an easy technique, and really just is very, very strong. It's very pronounced, and really brings some strength to the guy. And that's all we're trying to do, right? Right? Really just give that creepy off kilter where if you turn off certain lights, now this base is really going to pop here, and that's where it's really going to come to. Michael, how are you? All right. And really just have that set up. Now, one of the things that we really want to do, and I'm thinking of doing here, is I want to kind of pronounce his mouth there. like the inside of his mouth. I really want that to kind of... Sir Kazak, how are you? A belated Christmas, Rob. Hope you and yours had a lovely day with all the joy and happy you so richly deserve. Thank you, my friend. Looks like a purple people eater to me. Well, there you go. Okay. To you, it's a purple people eater. To me, it is this creature who wants to just crush everything. There we go. So I got this changeling pink. I think I might want to kind of work that in there. Just into the mouth structure there, I think would really be strong. But I think if we go with an Emperor's Children, I think that works a little bit better, because then I'll work the pink outwards. So let me see how this will work. And we'll just tape this anyways, just in case. We can always get rid of it. And then all I want to do is just get a little bit of this. Alright. And all I'm going to do here is on the inset of his mouth, I want to... Now, I may not like this because it's such a drastic thing. And the way I think I would do it, and the way I'm thinking of doing it, is adding a wash into his mouth as well. It's just a little thing I want to do. Alright. Now right now it doesn't look like anything, but trust me on this. We'll get there. We'll get there with that. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to let that dry. While that's drying, we're going to work on that base. Remember what we said? We're going to get that base where we want to get it. And the way to do that is I have this color over here, I believe, which is a Rune Fang steel. Okay? It's always good to use some Rune Fang steel. And we're going to shake that up really, really good. Particularly this old one here. Let's use whatever's left of that. Let's see if... yeah, we got enough here. We got enough here. So I want to really shake that up, because this is really going to bring our base alive. Even though it's a little bit wet, that's okay. I think we'll be alright. I got this game and all the expansions and extras. I really need to get it to the table in the coming year. Well, there you go. That's all you need to do. Get what you can to the table. We all have so much here. Alright, now this base really is going to sit up when we get this on here. I want to get a good amount of this on here. Okay, so I'm going to close that up. Again, what are we doing here? You got it. You got it. We are taking a lot of this off. So let me get this taped here. And we're going to show our Rune Fang steel. And we're going to take and show how we're taking a whole bunch of this off, as we're doing right here. And this is where this base is going to come all together. Okay. And all I want to do is just very lightly come around the edges. See how that metallic... Now all of a sudden he's walking on this metallic base. I don't want to take all that wash I put on there off. Okay? You've seen me do this before. You've seen me do this before. And look how that... See how that brings some depth? Just by very lightly going over some of the higher areas here. You don't have to take it all off here. Alright? And just adding a little bit here. Scrubbing a little bit there. And that's all I want to do, is I want to give some inconsistency and metallic. Take a little bit off your thing here. Okay? See how strong that base becomes. That base really starts to stand out. And you just all you have to do is lightly go over this. Okay? Very lightly. And you can see what I'm getting. I'm getting like this, well, some parts look dark, some parts look shiny, and that's all I want. I don't want everything to just kind of stand out right there. And that's all I'm looking for, is to get that base to have that metallic feel. Feel like you're walking on here. And that's exactly all I'm looking to do. Dumb trivia. The singer for Purple People Eater song is the same guy who did the famous Wilhelm scream. Oh, well, there we go. I got this game. Okay, making sure I saw everything. Okay, so now you can see that we just kind of got that sitting in there. His mouth here looks very inconsistent, but that's okay, because we're going to fix that as well. Let me see how this guy's doing. This guy's struggling a little bit. We could do the same thing with this base here. Just kind of go over it a little bit. And look, I'm not really pushing very hard. I'm just kind of... And the top here is a little bit wet still with the wash, because it does take a while for the wash to dry. And you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. Alright, how long have we been on? Hour 40? Alright, yeah, we're just about where I want it to be. And we'll come back. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow and do some more. I'm going to set that up a little bit. You know, some of these just need to dry and stuff like that. To really... Whoa, 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 whoa. And you can see on here how just rubbing this on here a little bit, because it's going to look great on the board. And that's the most important thing. Right? People are going to go, wow, you took the time to paint that? Yeah. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. You can see it's still a little wet there. There we go. And then just come over the top here. See how it's not just all... It's not very consistent. It's not... But it stands out. He's walking on a middle base. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Now, the next thing that we would do is... And I can't get this to dry... is I would walk... I'd go in here with a very... I would go in here with an Agrath Earthshade. And I think that would really work inside his mouth. I could probably pull it off and do it now. And then I would come over the top with the Changeling Pink. I think that would work as a dry. And let me see here. Kabuki, misinformed. Never. Alright. So again, even though it's wet, I can work that in here. That's really wet. So we're going to let that dry. We're going to let that dry, and then we'll come back to it. More than likely tomorrow. And we'll see. Maybe I just don't like it, and maybe I'll just do away with it. But I think it'll work. We'll see how it all turns out in the wash. But as you can see, this is exactly what I was looking for. Just this consistency of just disgusting model. There we go. All right, let's go up top here. Well, there you have it. Okay, we did about an hour 45 this morning. We got more time to go. That's for sure. I mean, we've got more time during the week. We got Friday, we got Saturday, we got Sunday. I'd like to try to get this all done and show you guys everything. Tomorrow, I'll probably do a little of this off air. Let me close this up because I got to tape. I got to actually pull that because I did a taping of a real cool thing that you guys are going to want to see. All right. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. We'll come back. We'll do the queens. I'll make sure that I get all the bases where everything, all the washes are on it. I'm arguing with going over with another wash. So I'm going to try a few things, and I think all in all, I think we'll come back tomorrow morning early. We'll work on some of the figures, and we'll go over some more of this stuff. So I'll put a part one here, and then we'll do part two. Gary said, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. My wife and kids got me 4 games: Bargain Quest, Wingspan, Outer Rim, and D-Day at Pelou. Very cool. Very good games. I'm going to play around with the lighting as well. So tomorrow we'll come and we'll check a few things out. We'll see how it goes. Tomorrow we'll try to do 2 streams. One in the morning where we'll do some painting, and then either tonight or tomorrow night we'll play a game. I'll figure out something. All right, depends on what I got planned and what I'm doing with the mighty Queen, if she talks to me ever again. All right, listen, I had a great time. Hour 45 minutes, not bad. Let's draw it here. I don't want this thing to be 3 hours long. And then tomorrow we'll come back and we'll mess around with these even more. All right, until next time, it's your old pal Rob. Hey, listen, everybody, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Thanks so much for spending the time with me like you do all the time. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you later. We got 2 weeks of me live almost every single day. I might take the weekend off. I don't know. We'll see. But most of all, we'll see you soon. Have a blessed day, and just be good to each other.